I admit, I have a bit of a problem with watching too much reality TV. You know, Big Brother, The Bachelor, Teen Mom, Are You the One? All those mind-melting drama-infused, over-the-top reality shows. Over time, that's translated into following a lot of said reality stars on Instagram. If it had only stopped there, I'd be fine. But then I started following Instagram stars. The ones that post pretty pictures of themselves all day long and somehow make money doing it. All of these so-called stars have one big thing in common. They post ads on their Instagram pages. Waist trainers, teeth whiteners, clothing, shampoos, everything you can think of. I held out for so long in falling for any of them, but I'll admit it, I'm weak. What got me was one of my favorite slightly washed up reality stars posted a selfie of herself with something called Belly Be Gone tea. I'm not stupid, these diet teas are not in any way a new thing. But damn, if she didn't look like she'd easily lost 30 pounds. I studied the picture for the telltale signs of Photoshop, curved walls, wavy doors, blurry edges, and found none. By all accounts, she'd actually lost the weight. I really wasn't going to do it, but with a 25% off discount code, a wedding to go to in a month, and a little extra cash in my PayPal account, I said fuck it, and ordered a bag of the damn tea. The shipping was almost immediate. A day and a half later, a plain brown box arrived on my doorstep. Inside was a bag of dried out leaves with a slightly earthy smell to it. The bag had a cute design with abstract swirls and pretty pink font for the label. The ingredients listed a lot of things I expected. Oolong tea leaves, ginger, eleuthero root, and something called Tinea saginata, which I'd never heard of before, but assumed it was just another root or leaf or whatever. The instructions were simple. The tea was to be brewed at 85 degrees Celsius and without a bag. According to the instruction, it was to give a full effect of the tea. It was a little dicey trying not to accidentally swallow a bunch of leaves, but I doubted a few tea leaves could hurt me. The taste, admittedly, was pretty bitter, borderline gross. Still, I chugged down 2 cups a day of the brackish tea every day for a week and hoped I'd find my tummy just a little flatter by the end of my cleanse. I honestly didn't expect to see a major change when I stepped on the scale after the first week, but holy crap, I'd actually lost 7 pounds. 7 pounds in a week. I couldn't believe it. Not only that, but people started complimenting me on how fit I looked. My formerly slightly too snug clothes fit better, and my tummy was definitely a lot flatter. So I decided to up my amount of tea a day. If 2 cups a day meant a loss of 1 pound a day, then 3 cups had to surely mean 1.5 pounds. At that rate, I was definitely going to be able to look my best at the wedding I had RSVP'd to a few weeks earlier. My results were better than expected at the end of week 2. I was down a total of 21 pounds, which meant I was losing 2 pounds every day. It was insane. My clothes were actually getting loose, like hanging off me. I didn't want to lose too much weight, of course, so on week 3 I cut back to a cup a day. I only had about 15 more pounds I wanted to lose at that point, and I really didn't want to overdo it. But at the end of week 3, I wasn't elated when I saw the number on the scale. At 1 cup a day, I was down another 18 pounds. I was losing more weight, not less, and I was starting to feel a little too thin. I cut out the tea altogether. I started eating more. Not just to gain the weight back, but because I was hungry all the time. There was a week until the wedding, and the dress I'd bought a couple weeks earlier was basically hanging off me by the time I went to zip it up. My ribs protruded through the thin fabric, and it took a hell of a lot of makeup to hide just how sunken in my cheeks had become. My date came and picked me up before the ceremony, and I could tell by the look in his eyes that he was concerned. No, more than concerned. He looked downright disgusted by how thin I'd become. The feeling wasn't his alone. I couldn't stand to look at myself in the mirror. It had gotten that bad. I couldn't wait for the reception. I munched on the snacks I'd hidden in my purse through the whole ceremony. During the dinner, I stuffed my face and begged for seconds. I was absolutely famished, and the kitchen ended up bringing me 2 extra helpings of dinner. All eyes were on me after that one. Between being horrifically skinny and begging for food, everyone was just staring at me, judging. I went into full panic mode after that. I had to act normal. I had to be normal. I got up on the dance floor as soon as the music kicked in and tried to be my normal self. But the room started to spin the moment I started to dance. My head went fuzzy and my vision tunneled. The last thing I remembered was falling to the floor. The doctor told me it was 3 days later when I woke up in the hospital. There were IVs hooked up to my arms and a feeding tube inserted through my abdomen to give me the food I so dearly needed. I didn't even have to tell the doctor about the tea. Turns out it was his 3rd case in 2 months. He flat out asked if I'd use Belly Begone tea and shook his head when I admitted that yes, I'd been drinking it. "Did you not check the ingredients first?" he asked me. "I did," I insisted. "Everything looked normal. Well, save one thing I didn't know, but I assumed it was just a plant. Tana sangria? Tina sandana? Tinea saginata," the doctor corrected me. "It's the Latin name for a beef tapeworm. That tea is filled with them, and so are you. We flushed 15 of them out of your intestines so far." Yeah, needless to say, there's no way in hell I'll ever order something off some reality star's Instagram again. I contacted the company that makes the tea, but with the words Tinea saginata right on the package, there isn't too much anyone can do to stop them. All I can do is keep eating the high-calorie meal program the doctor has me on. That, and double-check that there are no more signs of tapeworms every day for most likely the rest of my life. Today's No Sleep story comes from username lumpiestprincess. New videos every week. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Sweet dreams.